Hello everyone, this is Benjamin T. Collier, also known as Poison Darth Frog. Today I want to talk about what has become my favorite strategy when doing campaign mode in Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2. There are multiple reasons I didn't get around to doing this video sooner. The main reason being that the game has glitched to the point of crashing whenever I try switching characters in campaign mode. Not like 100% of the time, but it felt pretty darn close. And so I just haven't been able to play as Lucy for a while. I don't know if anybody else has been encountering that. It seems to be exclusive to campaign mode, just trying to switch characters. The game has just become notorious for crashing at this point. But I very much wanted to be Lucy allowed for this demonstration, for reasons that I will get into. And the other reason is because one of the best ways of doing this strategy became less available after the most recent update, because they added some additional power-ups that you can get, and that made certain other power-ups less likely to appear. However, there are ways of working around that, which I'll also get into. Now, first things first, I'm going to show you guys what perks I have currently selected.
A good day!
I always keep on the extra lives thing just because stuff happens. I don't want to be relying on just one life to get me through. But also, it's like more beneficial for what I'm going to do. Now, the first thing to look at, I call this the Plague Healer build. I don't know if anybody else is using this kind of build. I don't know if there's already a different name for it. I don't even know if there's a better name for it. But that's what I'm calling it. And the focus is primarily on these two perks, Devious Instinct and Dinosaur Durability. And keep in mind that all of these are maxed out to the highest levels, so at level 1 they're not these numbers.
Hey, Fangs.
But at max level, Devious Instinct makes you deal an additional 30 damage every time you cause a debuff. Dinosaur Durability makes you heal 30 damage every time you inflict a debuff. So when you have the ability to inflict a debuff, the combination of these two things makes you practically unstoppable, from my experience. Except when it comes to bosses, unfortunately so far there is not a way to inflict debuffs on bosses, so these aren't as OP when it comes to boss fights. But in standard fights, and especially against mobs, these are insanely useful.
Intriguing.
Now, these two are optional. Expedition funds, just so that I have more blimps to spend when I get to shops. And investigative journalism, which makes epic things more likely to appear. And I usually have it in combination with Lucky Draw, which allows me to do rerolls if I don't find the specific item I want in the shops. And the reason is because, unfortunately, there are no perks in here anywhere that actually make it more likely for you to inflict debuffs, or even just give you a chance of inflicting debuffs. So, both of these perks, as useful as they are, and as OP as they can be,
You look happy, Fangs.
they actually don't benefit you at all. Unless you are in a position to guarantee yourself that you will be able to accumulate power-ups that cause you to inflict debuffs. And there's one in particular that I'm going after, which is why I tend to have the combination of investigative journalism and Lucky Draw. Short of that, all you really have is like choosing to play as a character who you know has at least one move that causes debuffs automatically. And that is why I'm specifically playing as Lucy Loud.
Failure.
So let's talk about that part.
Back to work.
I did the research. To what I have been able to figure out, at least to the best of my memory, because this was a while ago now, Plankton's special sauce, which is like a projectile slime attack, causes a debuff. I think it slows enemies. Aang's sideways special, I think, is a melee range fire attack that causes burn. And Lucy Loud's bite, when she's in ghost mode or vampire mode, causes debuff. In ghost mode it causes slow. In vampire mode it causes poison. Reptar has this move, and I forget if it's his default throw or a special in which he gets his opponent in his mouth. And if you very specifically get your opponent into his mouth and then launch them downward, not any other direction, if you launch them downward from them being in his mouth, that will cause a burn. And Nigel's Scorpion Kick has a chance of causing poison. I don't know the exact percentage, but it's a chance. And that's it. To the best of my knowledge, there are a grand total of 5 characters out of the, I think, 26 we have now, who can cause debuffs on their own without requiring power-ups. Only 3 of which can be done reliably. Now just take a minute to let that sink in. Aang can cause burn. Azula cannot. Despite the fact that Azula's face is the one on the picture for this perk that has to do with inflicting debuffs, and the picture shows her causing fire. But the reason that I'm choosing to very specifically focus on Lucy Loud for this is because out of those 3 to 5 characters, Lucy Loud has a guaranteed chance of inflicting 2 different debuffs depending on which state she's in. And that, in combination with the 2 perks I'm using, is already OP in and of itself. But especially if I combine it with this one particular power-up that I'm going to try to accumulate as quickly as I can on this run. She just goes into a whole nother stratosphere. And it's something that is available to anyone, it's just more impactful if Lucy Loud does it with one of her bites. Now, before I actually dive into this run, there is more to discuss, because, as I said, this became a bit harder to accomplish after the last update, because there is a specific power-up. There is precisely one power-up that you can get in campaign mode that allows every attack for every character to inflict poison. And that power-up is called Stinky Fantasy. It is in the Epic class, which is why I use investigative journalism to make it more likely to appear. And I used to use that in combination with Lucky Draw, which gives me, I think, up to 9 rerolls. Yeah, it says right there. Okay. And that used to be enough. But in the last update, they added at least 2 new items. New possible power-ups that you can get from a Miss Puff, which is where you get the Stinky Fantasy. And because of that, it's made it less likely to appear because now it's sharing chance slots with 2 more things. And that doesn't seem like it should make that much of a difference, but I did 2 attempts at campaign run where I used all of my rerolls. And Stinky Fantasy did not pop up once. So, that caused me to lose patience, and to look for a workaround. And one possible workaround is just restarting the campaign. Another one, though, is going into her shop, getting an item off of her, and then before you exit the area, pressing start, and then going to save and quit. Because what that does, I discovered, is that when you load the campaign back up, you get to go into her shop again and get another free item. And the one that you got last time when you saved and exited, you still have. So basically that functions as like an infinite supply of rerolls in which you get to keep everything that you've selected so far. I actually did a whole video about that because it's a major exploit that I don't think a lot of people know about. It's actually game-breaking. I assume that as soon as they find out about this glitch, they're gonna try and patch it out. As they should. It's clearly not how the game is intended to work. But it serves as a workaround for the time being. But I've already done a video on that. If you haven't seen that video and you're interested, I'll put it in one of the end screens. And I'll put it in the description below. Don't actually need to bother with that. So instead of that, I put ninjutsu skills back in. Because I've had at least one campaign run where I ran into the platforming challenge in Zone 3.
Failure.
Which, for me, is basically a game over screen. But additional air jumps does help. Alright, let's actually maybe get started on this campaign.
Fight!
So I want to immediately...
Never happened.
there we go. Immediately switch into ghost mode. Well, I can bite people. And do crazy amounts of damage each time. You're like glitching out. I don't like these bugs. Try to figure out how best to deal with them. Yeah. What is this new getting stuck in the air glitch? Don't think I've come across this before.
Follow me. Follow me. Thanks. Thanks, fetch. Order. Thanks.
Gotcha.
Finish!
I feel like I don't fight foot soldiers that often. Alright, Miss Puff. Show me what you have. Okay, she does not have what I'm looking for. But I'll just go for this skip, and exit the campaign, and then load it back up. And then if the glitch is still active, I should be able to just try the shop again. But I'll still get the extra blimps that I get from doing a skip. Not sure how long this is gonna go on, so I may just fast forward a bit. Freaking finally! So when I came to Miss Potts the first time, I had 240 blimps, and at 25 blimps per visit, I'm now at 440.
Happy things.
Plus, I had to get extra stuff. I started choosing avatar state and got it up to level 3. And only then did Stinky Fantasy appear. I am not impressed with how rare this has become now. But anyways.
Don't be a stranger.
I've got it now. I have it. And that was done. And yeah, at first the attempt at balancing it out, because on its own it's a pretty strong power-up to have, it causes you 100 damage. Like right away. But if you've got this, and every attack you do causes poison, you will heal that damage very quickly. But, just in case you don't, extra lives. Just good to be on the safe side. So this time I actually go through here.
Finish.
Yeah. I didn't properly demonstrate it, but because like in ghost mode she causes slow with her bite, and in vampire mode she causes poison with her bite. If you do a bite in ghost mode and then switch quickly to vampire, you can cause an additional 60 damage and heal 60 damage in very rapid succession. Ew. That was just a regular attack and he's already poisoned. But yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Come over here. Let me bite you. Thank you. Yeah. What the heck was that? Now that every attack I do causes poison, if I just stay in ghost mode, then I can cause slow and poison at the same time with just my bite. Look how much damage I'm doing. My health is already fully healed. I don't know why I'm having trouble getting specials to actually work. Or, what did they call those? Ultimates? Slime attacks? Ultimate slime attacks? I forgot. I don't know why, but I have been having just insane trouble getting the cinematics for those to actually trigger. And to the best of my knowledge, it's not that I'm missing. Maybe the enemy is just always managing to block, but I think against even basic enemies, who I don't think can block, it's still not working. Yeah, let's go here. I'm not OP with projectile attacks and other things just yet. It will require a lot of visits to Powder Toast Man and gear. But when I get to Powder Toast Man, I have a lot of blimps to spend. So yeah, if I'm playing as Lucy, then just as soon as the match starts, down special to get into ghost mode. Invite everybody. They take a lot of damage very quickly. That was a miss. Oh.
Finish!
Yeah, like I want to get here.
When I saw my first guitar, it was love at first sight.
What do you do again? Blade charge, no. Charge attacks deal more damage, yes. I find focusing on powering up charge attacks tends to be useful. Not just because I'm used to playing as Azula and her jump charge attack is, or can be OP with the right power-ups. I seem to find it useful with most characters.
Here we go. Yay.
Fight!
Right. Thanks.
Now, I don't know if I'll get the chance in this run, because it is a legendary power-up, so it's even less likely to show up.
Right. Gone.
But I had said in another video that the power-up that makes projectiles home in on enemies is actually useless in most of the cases of projectiles that I could think of. With Lucy's basic charge attack, though, which is just
Sorry.
this orb of light,
Finish!
it seems to give it extra range and speed. So in her case, it's actually a useful power-up to get.
Fight!
Yeah. Yeah, like one bite and one charge attack seems to be enough to kill most of his enemies. Yeah. Let that attack him and get him behind me. Rude. Ow.
Finish!
Yeah. Okay, now I know I'm fighting the Flying Dutchman at the end of this zone, and I'm terrible at fighting the Flying Dutchman. I still have not found a great strategy for him. So I'm hoping for a useful, like, auto-releasing projectile attack from gear. But I'm not gonna do the infinite shop entering glitch. With him, I was just doing that to get Sticky Fantasy. Alright. Please have spread shot or homing shot.
I'm gonna roll around on the floor for a bit, okay?
So if I'm just relying on my own competence to take out Flying Dutchman, then it's not gonna be a fun time. Ooh, both. Well, I think the spread shot is better. Heal damage. I don't think I'll ever need that again.
Hey, thanks. I made it myself.
One perk I used to have for a very long time was the homing explosive projectile. Because that is, like, strategically speaking, it's a very useful one to have, but the frequent hissing was frankly just annoying me.
Fight!
If they ever patch that out, or at least settle it down, might not be so bad. Yeah. Where am I? I keep forgetting there isn't a running charge attack. So that would be weird.
Thanks.
Just try and get some healing. Ow. Yeah, see, against him I'm not healing extra health from causing the same debuffs over and over. I felt like I was continuing to do more damage though. So, not sure. Or maybe it works differently against mind controls enemies than it does against the grunts. Did you fight in stages like this?
Fight!
Never happened.
Ouchie. Ouchie.
Follow me. Dash.
Ouchie. Ooh, donut. Thank you. So one-on-one against NPCs, I may start using the strategy of... Oh, get down here. Oh, he died. What did he die from? Just landing? Did we suddenly get Skyrim physics? Purchase, thank you. So I do absolutely want this. Theoretically, that should apply to her charge attack as well. So yeah, that. And a chance of causing freeze. That sounds great. That combination sounds awesome. Thank you.
Come back soon. There's no time to lose.
This is a good and OP combination of stuff. Thank you.
Finish.
Because now, her basic charge attack also has a chance of causing freeze, which is yet another debuff. And every projectile causes explosion, which isn't a debuff, but is still strong. Okay, let's see how horribly this goes. I'm sure there is a strategy for dealing with this guy, I just have not figured it out yet. It's hard for me to read his movements, and I always feel like he has more range than he ought to.
And here I am without my motion sickness pills.
It's around here somewhere.
Right. So does this projectile have some degree of... Yeah. Trying to get to the floor there and just couldn't for whatever reason. Alright. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
So that looks to me like he was doing something else there. And I feel like I'm pressing down in order to go through the floor, and she's not responding. She don't appreciate. I think what I'm supposed to be doing is hitting him with these barrels, but it doesn't always have barrels. Got him pretty often, I guess. But then you can just shoot lightning and just be rid of them. It seems like they're gonna be an inconvenience. I don't understand the timing here. Oh yeah, that's another new thing. You can just fall through the stage. I think that's new.
Your soul should be ruined by now.
Wait, don't. Ah, dang it. What got me there?
Guess I ain't scary anymore. And if the Flying Dutchman ain't scary, who even am I?
I won. Trust me, I'm just as surprised as you are.
I still lost a life, which I don't like. I am endeavoring to be more awesome at this. Oh, more gear. Don't really want to do a platform stage, but this is Zone 2. It shouldn't be impossible.
Fight!
Now, if I'm fortunate enough to have the right combination of projectile perks, I will just spend that entire fight just running away from him. Because I don't know how to be anywhere even close to him without just inexplicably taking damage at some point. And it happens a lot. Yeah. Yeah, see, that should have gotten at least one of them, and it did not. So I'm curious what's going on with slam attack now. Kinda seems not worth doing. Gear, please. Thank you. Projectiles deal extra damage. Ooh. Give me that automatic projectile. Actually, yeah. Do you want to have that now and then?
Fight!
Thanks.
Yeah. Oh goodness. What just happened? Oof. I don't know what it is about these platforming stages in particular, but the game just has a particular propensity to freak out and freeze on me. And mid-jump, that's not fun. I would appreciate that not happening, game.
Thanks. Thanks. I'm floating. Thanks.
You don't die from falling, but you do take damage and then get sent back and have to do all the platforming again. Not the entire stage, but you get sent back a fair amount. And not being able to die actually makes it worse in Zone 3. Yeah, see here I like have to intentionally fall and then jump my way back up. Which is doable, but it's more difficult depending on the character.
Finish!
I'm usually afraid of the arena fights in Zone 2. They've got particular enemies that are
This utility
just a lot of hassle to deal with.
Fight!
But
Thanks.
I've already got a pretty decent combination of projectile-based power-ups. And, yeah. I'm starting to feel already as OP as I normally would by Zone 3. In fairness though, a lot of that's probably from having extra blimps that I'm not supposed to have by now because I was able to buy extra in the shop. But yeah, that whole fight's over already. I barely even noticed that I was in a fight. More shopping, that sounds nice. Ooh, this is on sale. Honestly though, I kind of don't care because I feel like I want this to occur more frequently. And I don't think I can afford both. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that.
Now you're talking.
First attacks have a chance of inflicting a random debuff. Ooh, random debuffs. That, in fact, does also sound handy, yeah.
I thought you'd go
Go
for
for that. Like, when your reflexes are the quality of mine, you rely on strategy rather than reflexes.
Fight!
Yeah. Well, if I'm causing slow with my bites and sometimes freezing with my base projectile and everything is causing poison, I don't know how many more debuffs there are. So why is he moving slowly? I don't quite understand that. There go.
Finish!
I feel like he was getting hit by two things at once, and so just not registering how far back he was supposed to have been launched. Yeah, do this. More blimps. More blimps. Never gonna have enough blimps. I think Whack-A-Bot gives me Splat now, which I have absolutely no use for. I've bought everything you can possibly buy with Splat. I do need more slime. Because unfortunately I did waste slime on that thing that gives you more splat. Before realizing that slime is the thing that I was going to need more. Later on. Yeah. So I don't feel like he should have been able to catch me in that. Ooh, freezing. Nice.
Finish!
Air attacks deal more damage and have a chance of inflicting burn. I probably want that. Or gain 100 blimps right now. And then I can just get whatever I want, and it might be something more useful. Right, yeah.
I like your style.
Do that. Do I want more blimps or more slime? No, I will go this way. At least for the purposes of this run, I already have... I go way more blimps than I'm supposed to. Let's try and balance that out a bit.
Fight!
Yeah. I want to... take the poisons first. Then, like, occasionally... What can just happen there? Do explosions not cause the kind of knockback that they used to? Is that what's happened? Or is it just that they're hitting the enemy from, like, multiple directions at once, and so it doesn't actually launch them in a particular direction? Is that what's slowing them down? I'm very curious to figure out the mechanics of what is causing this. Is he still frozen? What's going on here? I wish I could see what's going on here.
Finish!
Oh, her light combo attack is bats, right? Are they counting as projectiles? I didn't think they would because it's such a short range, but maybe. I don't think I need an extra stack. Let's probably my chest super slammed. Okay, no, I'll get this now.
Smart choice.
As well. I don't want to spend money on just slimies just yet. I wouldn't normally, but I reminded myself that I'm trying to balance out how many
Almost as good as a cabbage. I'll
glimpse I
fresh
have.
stock of that soup.
But I have now more or less wasted 90 blimps out of the, I think, 200 extra that I got trying to get Sticky Fantasy. So, just trying to even it out a bit. By the way, I've seen at least one person on YouTube saying we need to make Ozai
uninvited into my home and gets away with it. Take this.
Personal opinion, we're gonna have 3 firebenders. In a game that already doesn't have enough diversity. We don't need more firebenders as playable characters, but you know what would be actually quite spectacular? All 3 of the firebenders that we're gonna have, once all the DLC for Season 1 is out, they all have great stories as far as fighting Ozai. So my argument is add Ozai as a mini-boss. That would be my suggestion. I think there's a lot of potential for great grudge matches. Plus, Ozai just feels more like a boss character than a character that's really, like, interesting enough to play as. I don't think he had much character in the show. But he was absolutely presented as being this seemingly unstoppable obstacle of an enemy to try and get rid of. An intimidating figure, but not with much personality, so if you ask me, perfect for mini-boss status.
I am too powerful for you. You will never prevail.
Didn't come out right. How does everything do that?
Give up now or face the full might of my dark powers.
I missed. I have
Behold
seen
the Bulba's wrath.
slime attacks work on bosses before,
Things fetch.
although I don't know if that's been patched out.
Follow me.
Rain fire.
I mean, it feels like it's just been weirdly patched out in general. I just can't seem to get it to activate
You, that won't happen again.
on anybody, let alone bosses.
If I had a heart, it would be swelling right now.
Finish!
Yeah. It's also when I look at the Ozai fight in Avatar, it's very appropriate as a boss to have to like dodge those kinds of attacks. I feel like he would be great in a bullet hell type game. Which might be a bit too intense for this kind of a game. But it could still be fun. Okay, see, that's a problem. I'm in Zone 3. There is not a way around that platforming section. I have to do that platforming section. If not for having equipped the additional jumps perk, I would not even want to bother. And that's another problem. I also can't avoid fighting Nigel. And every time I fight Nigel, the game crashes. When I try entering the stage after that. It does let me go back into the campaign and continue, but it won't save the fact that I got Nigel's final outfit. The game just crashes. I don't know why it works that way. But that's how it works. So this has ended up being a worst case scenario on two fronts.
Fight!
Let's do this. Holding this still would be beneficial to me, too. Yeah. Yeah.
Finish!
Yeah, generally by Zone 3, I'm just this unstoppable destructive force. Until I get to the platforming stage. Like, the enemies are tougher, but if you've selected the right combination of power-ups that all benefit each other, complement each other well. Yeah, see, this I think is going to give her base charge attack more range and speed, if it works the way that it did last time. And that's worth getting. So I'm gonna try here, is to start off with just the charge projectile attack. Not even actually charging, just tapping the button. So I want to save slow for when I need some healing.
Finish!
It wasn't actually faster, was it? Weird. I think it was before. Oh dang, I'm not gonna have many blimps by the time I get to Better Just Man. Although, I guess that was kind of the point. I was intentionally wasting some.
Fight!
Go over here a bit. Yeah, they're definitely moving slower than I remember. Curious. But it's still working very well, but differently from how I remember. Maybe there's something to do with the combination of power-ups?
Thanks.
Ooh, dang. All attacks deal damage to enemies afflicted by debuff. If I had enough money for that, that would be so crazy OP. Can I afford both of these? I think I can. In fact, I think I can afford all three of these. Dodge near attacks, don't need that.
Failure.
Increased chance of freezing. Charge attacks are more powerful. And higher chance of causing debuff.
for now.
That sounds good.
Finish!
Alright, on to my nightmare.
Fight!
I mean, it's not a... I guess it is a fight. Yeah. I don't even want to bother with the chest. I just want to get this over with as quick as I possibly can. I've got to kind of teleport, don't I? I can just time it right. Yeah, that did not have enough range. Okay. Yeah, her jumps are a bit janky too. So I'm using extra jumps here. What if I tried... Seven go.
Thanks, fetch.
Okay. Oh, goodness no. Okay.
Hurry, Fangs.
Nope. I'm gonna see if I can just make it
Hurry, Fangs.
over there. There we go.
Fangs. Follow me.
Okay.
Fangs. Fangs.
Oof. Well, actually, it wasn't nearly as bad as I was making it out to be. Maybe I just haven't done this as Lucy yet.
Here we go. Yay.
Pizza.
Fight!
Pizza and lasagna. Okay. Ouchie, ouchie. I'm already completely healed. Like I can just stand in one spot and repeatedly launch out this projectile. And the fight will be over before I know it.
Finish!
Yep. Okay, so what I'm expecting to happen here is that I can complete the fight and the game won't actually crash until I try getting into the next stage after. That's what's been happening every time I've tried to get Nigel's final outfit in campaign mode. And I don't even know what's causing it, I just know that it's frequently after fighting Nigel. Anyways, we'll see how this goes.
Nigel Bomber is out for the challenge. Fight!
Ouchie. 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 I have yet to hit him. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I don't think the bats count as projectiles. Thank you. Alright, yes, I've unlocked the costume for like the third time now. Thank you. Will you allow me to go into this stage without crashing? Let's find out. That is horrifying.
Fight!
Okay, well, actually, so far so good.
Good measure. Right.
Finish!
Still okay? Okay. Then yeah, maybe the addition of Mr. Krabs changed that for some reason. Now I'm wondering if I'm gonna run into the same issue with Mr. Krabs then. Eh, we'll find out. Alright, let's take this home.
It's the beginning of the end for you.
Oh, I didn't have a Woody comeback? That's unusual. Oh yeah, that move. I did the button inputs for teleport. Now it didn't count. I think this sometimes causes damage to the bosses, even if it doesn't activate the sim map. Uh-oh.
I'd love to keep fighting you, but I'm on a tight timeline.
Can't remember their patterns. Yeah. Just going over there. Oh, you're over here now. Okay.
How could
I completely changed the strategy.
I didn't foresee that at all.
Oh, you're in the same place. Okay, I completely changed the strategy. Oh my goodness.
Stop! No more!
Stop moving so... not at all.
Don't feel bad. I could have told you all of this was futile.
Finish!
Lost Ox 2. When did I lose 2? I honestly do not remember that. I remember dying once to the Flying Dutchman. Oh, is it just because I fell once in the pit in the platformer stage? That didn't take a stock. Though I still had the same number of lives, did I not? I'm confused. New cosmetic. Nice. Actually surprised I didn't get that already. B. I actually did finally get an A recently. But I only got it on the run that I did after getting a metric butt ton of power-ups using the infinite shop glitch. At least I know it now, I know that it is possible. Alright, and that was my demonstration of the Plague Healer build. Have you been doing campaign runs in this game? Do you have a particular strategy that you find works for you? Do you have particular characters that you find do better in campaign mode? I've been doing most with Azula and now Lucy Loud. I found Donatello to be a lot of fun as well, particularly with his charge attack. Do you have any thoughts or strategies on this game? Any campaign builds of your own design? Let me know in the comments. Love to hear from you. Thank you for watching. Hope you're staying safe. I'll see you later.